So recently I got kind of sick of my desktop. I hadn't really changed anything about it for the past few years, and to be honest, even the wallpaper has been there for a really long time. After finally taking the plunge and upgrading to Windows 11, I thought to myself, why not freshen things up a bit? So, in this video, I will show you step by step how to make the desktop I am currently running, but more importantly, hopefully bring to your attention the tools which allowed me to make this and which can also help you to create a super clean and minimalist desktop. So, let's get into it. First things first is something that I should have done a long time ago, and most likely you should as well. You see all these icons bunched together here? Yeah, they have to go. The idea of a shortcut should be to save you time when you need to open an application. The problem is, when you have 100 of them, by the time you find the one you're looking for, it would have been faster to just use the search function. Next, we're downloading an app from the Microsoft Store called Wallpaper. This tool lets you choose from a number of moving wallpapers, and you can also customize them, or even upload your own. There are many tools like this one, but I recommend this in particular because it's free, and also because you can make sure the background isn't moving when you have other applications full screen. Remember, this customization will use some system resources, so if your PC is already struggling a lot, you may have to do some trial and error to see how much you can get away with. Once you've opened the Microsoft Store, just search for Lively and select Lively Wallpaper, then click Install, and once done, click Open. From here you have 12 different options to choose from, but the one I'm using is called Rain, so click on that one. Now we're going to customize this quite a bit, and to start we want to change the background image. I prefer to have more of a forest theme, so I'm going to search for that in Google. I'll have the link to this image in the description, but I specifically searched for ultra-wide forest wallpaper, and it was among the first few options. Back to Lively Wallpaper, and we're going to click on the little 3 dots in the bottom right corner of the preview window, and then click on Customize. Now let's go down to Background, and click on the button to the right, which lets us upload our own image. Find the image you want to use, and double-click on it to apply. Getting better, but still a lot we need to fix. Let's turn down the intensity of the rain to make it a bit lighter. I also want to turn up the brightness all the way, as I plan to have dark text later for the date and time. Next, I want to lower the blur intensity most of the way. I want to still make out what the background is, but a tiny bit of blur is good to add some depth of field. I want to then turn parallax off. I find this to be disorienting when the background moves with my mouse, but if you like it, of course, keep it on. The final touch to this is to turn off the post-processing. Much better. So, now I'm happy with the background, let's fix that taskbar. I do much prefer how Windows 11 has moved everything to the center, but I really don't see the point of all the empty space on both sides, so let's remove that. Go back to the Microsoft Store and search for RoundedTB. Again, click Install, and then click Open once it's ready. Once it launches, click on OK, and then some settings should appear. Select how much margin you want, I like to go with 2, and then select the corner radius, I like to use 15. Click on Advanced, which brings up a few more options. Enable Dynamic Mode. This is where the magic happens, and the empty space disappears. However, there is a known bug. When you first enable this, only the right side disappears, and the left side does not. To fix this, right-click on the taskbar and click Taskbar Settings. Click on Taskbar Behaviors and change the taskbar alignment from center to left and then back to center. That should fix the glitch. Next, check the box for Show System Tray on Hover. This will hide the system tray normally, but it will appear if you hover over it on the bottom right. Then, check the box for Fill Taskbar when maximized, meaning if you have a program running in full screen, you will get your normal taskbar, which looks a bit more natural in my opinion. I do not enable to fill taskbar on Alt-Tab, as if you Alt-Tab between 2 non-full screen apps, it looks weird, and if they are full screen, then the full taskbar will be shown anyway. Lastly, and this is important, check the system tray and make sure RoundedTB is enabled on startup, so you do not need to manually launch it when you turn your PC on. The last piece of the puzzle will be to display the date and time on our desktop. Now, there are a few options on the Microsoft Store, but unfortunately most of them look terrible, and the decent ones are not free. So we're going to install an application called Rainmeter. It's a platform which allows us to display customizable skins on our desktop. You can do a whole lot with this, and there are some really cool people out there developing amazing skins. Go to their website and click Download, and run the setup file. Go for the standard installation and click Install. When done, click Finish. Now we need to find a clock we like. The one I use is called Windows 11 Clock, which you can find on DeviantArt. You will need an account to be able to download it, but it is free to sign up, and many of the Rainmeter skins are on this website, so I would recommend creating an account. If you really don't want to, that's fair enough. Look around on the Rainmeter Reddit page and you'll probably find some alternatives. Assuming you've downloaded the installer, run it. Once done, open it up in Rainmeter and double left click on the ini file. Now, we don't want the text to be white as it blends in with our background, so we need to tweak the settings in the file. Right-click on the ini file and click Edit. That should bring up Notepad, and you'll see a list of parameters like this. First things first, you want to change the font color to look like this. So 0,0,0,200. This will make it a very dark gray color. If you want it completely black, have 255 at the end instead of 200. You need to change this both for the clock and the date weather fields. The last thing I want to do is to slightly increase the size of the clock, so go back to clock and change the font size value to 100. Click Save, then double left click on the ini file to make the clock disappear, and double click again to bring it back, and it should now be with our new settings. And that is my new user interface. I hope you liked it and that it gave you some inspiration to clean up your own desktop. I know it sounds silly, but since switching over to this new look, I now feel more relaxed and productive when I switch on my PC. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and drop a comment down below as it helps the channel to grow. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care and see you next time.